What's up, it's Cairo. Welcome back to the channel. It is a new season as of 5 days ago, and we're in Platinum 2 tonight with GRUUL Aggro. Here are the stats for tonight only. I'll continue them as we play more with GRUUL Aggro, but off to a good start. As you can see up here, 5-1 in 24 minutes of playtime, so it's a very fast deck. 83% win rate. Very, very small sample size, so take that for what you will. 50% against Mono Black and 2-0 against Rakdos, 1-0 against Mono White, and against GRUUL Mirror, we won that as well. I'll do a quick breakdown for you. Before I do, I want to thank all the members of the channel. If you're currently a subscriber, you can become a member and get access to these videos 24 hours in advance. If you don't want to, that's perfectly fine. But if you want to do that, hit the join button below and you'll get details there. Thank you very much to all the members. Taylor Belcher, Bruno, Eli K, Country Fried from channel It Resolves on YouTube, Ben Garcia, and Benjamin Clay. Thank you so much. Here's the deck breakdown. Have a good day. So here is the deck breakdown for GRUUL Aggro. We're going to start at the bottom of the mana curve and we're going to go all the way up. As you can see, we have 12 1-drops because we are the definition of an aggro deck. We like to get in there fast, and deal as much damage as humanly possible. So at the bottom are creatures comprised of Phoenix Chick, 1 red for 1/1 flying haste. It can't block, but it can also come back from the graveyard if you attack with 3 or more creatures and you pay double red. And it comes back as a 2/2 with a counter on it. Or I should say 1/1 with a +1/+1 counter for a total power and toughness of 2/2. So it's a sneaky little bugger. Get some damage in early, and if it's killed, then it can come back later. We have Ascendant Packleader, 1 green for a 2/1. Gets a counter if you cast a spell with a permanent with mana value 4 or greater. And if you cast this late, say on turn 4 or 5, if you have a mana value permanent with 4 or greater, it comes in with a counter. This thing can get big quickly. Kumano Faces Kakkazan, 1 red. Step 1 for this saga deals 1 damage to the opponent and each planeswalker they control, so that is not irrelevant in this format. A lot of times you can kill a Liliana when they're least expecting it if they make you sack a creature and Liliana's at 1, or maybe a Sorin. Looking at you, Mono Black, you have all the powerful planeswalkers right now. But keep in mind that this deals 1 damage to their planeswalkers. Step 2, you cast your next creature, it comes in with a +1/+1 counter, which we love because we care about modified creatures. And then this comes back as a 2/2 haste creature. If a creature dealt damage this turn by a source you control would die, exile it instead. Very good against getting rid of tenacious underdogs. Love to see it when it happens. 1 lightning strike, 3 damage to any target. Good for killing a planeswalker, good for hitting them in the face, good for creature removal. Llanowar Loamspeaker, one of our rares from Dominaria United. 1 green, 1 colorless for a 1/3. That toughness really does matter on turn 2 if you're facing another aggro deck. Nice to have a 3 toughness blocker. And then this also can ramp by adding 1 mana of any color when you tap it. So if you're lucky, you'll ramp into one of your 4-drops on turn 3 with this. And it's also not defenseless, or I should say attackless. It can also be aggressive. You can tap it and animate one of your lands till end of turn into a 3/3 elemental creature with haste. So that does come into play, as you will see in the games. Quirion Beastcaller, 1 green, 1 generic, one of the best aggressive green cards in Dominaria United. It's a 2/2. When you cast a creature spell, this gets a +1/+1 counter. Now, it's important here to say that it gets the counter when you cast a spell. It doesn't have to resolve for you to get the counter on it. So if you're playing blue, keep that in mind, because you can cast a spell, still get the counter, even if your creature spell is counter-spelled. And then whenever Quirion Beastcaller dies, you can distribute any amount of counters that it has among any permanents that you control, which is really cool. It's a very versatile effect. And preferably, you want this thing to die in combat or get killed with an Infernal Grasp or something. You don't want it to get exiled. That kind of hurts. So watch out for Wandering Emperors. Yavimaya Iconoclast. 1 green, 1 generic for a 3/2 with a kicker of red. So it's a 3/2 trample. Preferably, we want to play this on turn 3. Not the end of the world. I mean, it's still pretty aggressively statted if you play it on turn 2. but we like it to be a 4-3 with trample if you kick it, and then it goes back to 3-2, but it also gains haste. So if you play it on turn 3 with a kicker, that's where we really aim to play this. One Rending Flame. I added this because of basically Shieldred. 1 red, 2 generic, 5 damage, target creature or planeswalker. Shieldred is a problem. It's bigger. A lot of our stuff can't get through. You are probably going to find situations where you have to just keep attacking and keep hammering through it if you don't have Rending Flame in hand. A lot of times you're going to be in the uncomfortable situation of attacking with all of your creatures and then losing one where they don't lose theirs. But just got to keep being aggressive and push through it, even sometimes, sorry creatures, at their expense. Squee Dubious Monarch, 3-drop for 2/2 haste. When it attacks, create a 1/1 red goblin creature token that's tapped and attacking. And you can also cast this from your graveyard by paying 1 red, 3 generic, and exiling 4 other cards. This comes into play more often than you'd think. A lot of games come down to they're about to stabilize the next turn or two and they have 3 or 4 life. And if you can cast Squee from the graveyard, even if he dies, sometimes that 1 damage can matter, as you'll see in some of these matches. 4 Thundering Raiju, the all-star of aggro from Neon Dynasty. 2 red, 2 generic for a 3/3 haste. When it attacks, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature you control. Then Thundering Raiju deals X damage to each opponent, where X is the number of modified creatures you control other than Thundering Raiju. So if you attack with the Raiju and you put the counter on it, keep in mind that if Raiju is the only creature that has a counter, it's not going to deal any damage to the opponent. It only counts creatures other than itself. Sometimes that is necessary, but we like to have some counters from Kumano Faces Kakkazan. We like to have counters from Quirion Beastcaller and Ascendant Packleader. So a lot of times just attacking with this can deal 2 to 3 to sometimes even 4 damage directly to the opponent's face before they even block. And Halana and Elena Partners. This card was pretty good pre-rotation and is very good now in terms of straight aggro. 1 green, 1 red, 2 generic for a 2/3. So you might think, oh, a little understated, but it has first strike and has reach, which is actually very important. Getting this down when your opponent has a flyer that keeps pestering you is very good. At the beginning of combat on your turn, put X +1/+1 counters on another target creature you control, where X is Halana and Elena's power. That creature gains haste until end of turn. So it can give another creature haste if it's already down and you play another creature. It also gives them, at minimum, 2 +1/+1 counters. If you can buff this up in some way, say with Kumano Faces Kakkazan or something like that, or if your Quirion Beastcaller gets killed, putting the counters here, making this like a 4 or 5 or something, and then make other things +4 power and toughness. You follow me? All right, cool. So very good, pretty straightforward aggro deck. We want to be turning creatures sideways. We want to be attacking our opponent. 7 Mountains, Sokenzan Crucible of Defiance, a channel land from Neon Dynasty. Channel it out for 4 or less if you control legendary creatures, of which we have 2 in this deck. And you can make little 2/1/1 spirit creature tokens with haste. That can matter sometimes. Besieger Who Endures, channel this out for 2, destroy an artifact, enchantment, or non-basic land an opponent controls. Typically, you're going to be destroying enchantments with this because Selesnya enchantments is big in the meta still right now, but you can get rid of artifacts like Reckoner Bankbuster and things like that. Forest, Karplusan Forest, Pain lands from Dominaria United, and Rockfall Vale. Guys, thank you very much for liking and subscribing, sitting through the deck breakdown. Hope you enjoy the games. I had a hell of a lot of time, a lot of fun playing them, and I'll see you next time. All right, we're going first. We do have a Rockfall Vale, which we can't access that red mana on turn 1. We don't really need to, though. So I think we're doing good. We'll keep this. We'll play Vale on turn 1, Forest, and get our Loamspeaker out and see if we can hit that Raiju on turn 3. That would be good. I think that's the current plan. We might hold off the Raiju now that we have Kumano. We might go Beastcaller next turn and Kumano. Main phase level up of Sleeper. Okay. Just go straight for the face. If it's a race they want, it's a race they will get. Rending Flame in hand for Sheoldred. If they pump into their sleepers, I think I'm okay with that. This one can be a Death Toucher for 2. This one can be a Death Toucher for 3. So they're doing it pre-blocks. Well, that opens the door for us to remove it. And still get damage through. It's not over yet, but if they would have blocked first and then done it, at least it would have been blocked. And then Sheoldred. Now that we burned our Rending Flame. I think it's going to be okay, though. We have Beastcaller. We have Raiju go in by itself. See if they want to block. Nope. Alright, then we go Kumano. Then a second Kumano. Yeah! Got there. Alright. Feels good to win against Mono Black. Mono Black's good right now. Good game, though. Alright, we're going first to Karplusian Forest. It means that we're going to take some damage off our lands, but I'm not really scared too much about that. So let's go turn 1, Kumano. Get that in. I take a damage, you take a damage. It's fair. Then I think we're going to go Quirion Beastcaller. Rockfall. Alright. So then we'll go green. Beastcaller in with 3. More than likely. Alright. Let's get this kicked so it's out of cut down range. Could be an Infernal Grasp here. Yep. So we'll put that on the etching. Halana and Elena, hell of a draw off the top. So that's where we're going to go with this. Put it on our 2 toughness creature with trample. They might just take 8 here. Alright, good game. I don't know actually where we would be without that Halana and Elena draw, but that's the, that's the aggro deck. You set up turns 1 through 3 to try to get that 4-drop with power, and sometimes you get it and sometimes you don't. Good game. Alright, opponent's going first here. Our hand looks pretty good, though. Yeah. We'll keep this. The hello. Kumano at us. How rude. We'll Kumano back. Wonder if they're playing mono red or they're playing GRUUL. Kind of got the jump on us here a little bit. Don't drop that 4-drop. Don't do it. Don't you do it with that Llanowar Loamspeaker. Gonna drop a Halana and Elena on us. Another Loamspeaker. Animate land. Yeah, we'll take it. It's a race. Do they have a good 4-drop? Because we have 2 good 4-drops. If they do, this might be hard for us to win. They might not. They have Squee. Okay. So we go Halana and Elena partners. That has reach. That can block Squee. Or that can block Phoenix Chick. We can't really attack back in with the etching of Kumano, really. So I think it's probably fine for us to block here. They can animate 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's see what they drew. They draw a good 4-drop. Nope, drew a land. That's the way it goes. Good game, though. Concerned. GRUUL mirror match. They're on the play. That was a good game. They played well. Opponent goes first. Our curve is looking decent. Alright. We'll take it. If we can get to these Raijus and our opponent's a little bit slow, we'll be looking pretty good. Kumano, I don't love Iconoclast on turn 2, even with the Kumano boost, making it a 4-3. I just don't love it. I'm sorry, Yabamaya Iconoclast. I'm not, like, dissing you or anything, but, like, there are better things on turn 2. Like Loamspeaker? Yeah. Like that draw. That means turn 3 Raiju, maybe. That makes Loamspeaker a 2-4, so it can't be cut down. Alright. Looking pretty good. Alright, here we go. We're playing with power. So the underdog goes to exile, which I really like because of the etching. They can't replay it on us later. Hope to draw a land, and we can go Raiju, Phoenix Chick, and put 2 counters on Phoenix Chick and get some power in the air. That would be sweet. Gotta watch out for a meat hook. They can meat hook for 3 right now. So we're safe for the moment. Alright. Come on, land. Come on, land. They have 2 open mana, so they could... Oh, yes. They could Infernal Grasp. Let's go. Green. Green. Raiju. Bring the Phoenix Chick in. Go 1 here. 1 here. We just don't want to see a meat hook for 4, is our thing. We don't want to see that, because that'll put him up to 7 life. And, if we don't do that, I think we're good. But I have a feeling they do have it, since they just attacked and made a treasure. Yeah, I think they have it. So when they have it, yep. We'll go Iconoclast. Go to 7. Alright. We got a nice reload here. See if they can stabilize. Got another Iconoclast coming in. 1 more meat hook would save them. Invoke will not. Even if they have removal here, we've got them because we got Iconoclast. Ooh, that was close. Got him. Good game. Pretty close, though. Pretty close. My greatest fears came true. I was like, I think they have the meat hook, and they did. Okay, I like that we have at least 1 mountain. We have all green spells. So what's going to be our best option here? Quirion Beastcaller, or we have all 2 drops? I don't know. Doesn't look great. Sundown Pass on turn 1. Farmhand. My gut tells me this is going to be an Invoke Justice Reanimator deck. So let's put Loamspeaker out. They're going to play Fable the Mirrorbreaker at some point. They're going to put a big nasty in their graveyard, and they're going to try to invoke Justice and bring it back. It's up to us to stop them. Gonna crew up the Bankbuster to block the Raiju now, I assume. I'd love it if they blocked the Iconoclast. Yeah, that's the better way to do it. And then Beastcaller here with the farmhand. That's what I would do. Cathar Commando is an interesting play here. Are they going to invoke Justice on the farmhand? That would be insane. That would be a great play. Something that I'd never seen before, but it might be necessary. It might be the right call. They are. I knew it was an Invoke Justice deck. So they're going to go, what, 4 counters? So they're going to put 2 on the farmhand, 2 on the commando. Yeah. See if we can get this through. See if it will be enough. We might lose our forest here, but sacrifice I'm willing to make. So they crew that in with the farmhand, block the forest, block the Beastcaller. They'll take 8. And their farmhand will stay around. And their Bankbuster will stay around. That's what I would do. Alright. See if it'll be good enough. They have a board wipe, we're toast. Probably. But if they don't, probably be able to get through. 6 mana. Sanctuary Warden. I don't think that's going to do it. Because we'll have at least 3 damage to be able to get through on them. They have 3 blockers. We have 4 attackers. Not even with the Iconoclast. So we're going to go like this. And then animate a land. And then they should not be wide enough to make anything happen. No lifelink. No lifelink. Animate you. Should be good. All of you. In! And let the gods decide. Two of our creatures have trample. They block the 7/7 with the 1/1, the 4/3 with the 5/5, the 4/3 with the 4/4. They still take 5. I think. Sanctuary Warden was scary. Scared me a little bit, but we got there. Good game.